remember why that's true? Why do we use degrees, and why are there 360? It's based on what? An approximation of what? Yes. Based on around how many days of the year they used to think we had. And plus, so we know it's 365 something, right? But 360 has a lot of different factors. You can divide it in a lot of different ways. So when they first divided a circle, I don't know about first, but we're talking about the Babylonians, right, and some ancient civilizations, they figured 360 was a good number because they could break that circle apart into a lot of different ways, and they could therefore build their calendar off of that. Okay, and I'll try to illustrate why that is. It's pretty simple, really. So if here's your circle, not perfect, and you put a straight line in between that, okay, basically to go from here to there, you go halfway around the circle, so therefore that line just represents 180 degrees. Another way to think of it, it's twice a right angle, right? Here's a right angle, that's 90 degrees. If I double that, I get a straight line. Okay, so 180 degrees is a straight line, and that's basically all you need to know for this lesson. Then we can move on and solve some of these problems. I'm probably going to just do the first three on the worksheet because everything is going to build off of that. So let's go ahead and look at example 1.
That's all we had to write down?
Yes, sir. All right, so we got this, right? And we got something like that. We got that. We got a G, an F, and an H. Okay, so it says the measure of G, H, F. Okay, I'm going to write that up here. Now, we've talked about before that an arc and an angle are the same thing. So if you look at the first problem, it has that little arch over GHF, like this. And then the next problem, it has angle TQR. There's no difference between those two things. They're the same thing, okay? What you need to focus on is the order of GHF. It goes G, then H, then F. So the first thing you need to do on your paper is start at the letter that starts with, right? And then go around to see what angle you're actually solving for. So we're solving for this big angle right here, this big arc, same thing. So can everybody see that our answer is going to be bigger than 180? It's bigger than a straight line. In fact, it's going to be pretty close to, looks like around 270 just from looking at it. About 3/4 of the circle. Okay, then I'm going to label what they gave us. So this angle right here is 80 degrees. Okay? That's what they gave us. So, you know what? I drew the angle wrong. I just realized that. I'm sorry. Somebody should have corrected me. GHF would go which way? The other way, yes. GHF would go this way. Okay? Sorry about that. This is still 80 degrees. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is fill in all of the angles of this circle. Okay? The first one's going to be real easy, okay? This angle right here. We just talked about that. Yes, it's half of the circle. There's a straight line in the middle. So this one's going to be 180.
Then do you add them all, those two up, and then you get your second one?
Okay, good. So we've only got one angle left to solve, which is this little angle right here, right? That'll complete the circle, right? Well, if it completes the circle, what do all the angles of a circle add up to be?
360.
360. So the way to find that is just to do 360 minus this angle minus this angle. We'll give you that third angle. We could call it FG. It's going to be 360, and I'll go back to that, minus 180, minus 80. Okay? So that's 100 degrees, yes. It's asking, and I'll redraw this, for this angle. Okay? Now that we've got everything filled in, how can we figure out GHF? Well, if I know that this little angle right here is 100, right? And that plus the angle we're trying to solve for equals 360, I can just take 360 and subtract 100. It'll give me that pink angle. That's what we're going to do. So 360 minus 100 equals 260 degrees. That's going to be our answer. And again, that is GHF. Whether it's an arch or an angle, again, it's the same exact thing. I'm going to show you another way you could have done that problem, right? You could have added the 80 and the 80 and the 180, right? That would have also given you 260. So some of you might have different ways of doing this, but if you take this little angle and you add this 180 degrees, that also gives you 260. All right? Two different ways to do the problem. It's going to be like that for all of these examples.